Thank you so much for the inspiration, Chris Potter. I started to practice Charlie Parker's Confirmation after many years of not playing this tune. I really like the progression, how easy and simple it is, and still how difficult it is to make it sound really good. Also, adding the theme is just another level if you really want to play this really well. I remember that I had a transcription of Chris Potter playing this wonderful tune as from some masterclass somewhere. When listening to Chris Potter's solo on Confirmation, I got so crazy inspired by the clarity of his playing. Even though he's playing some really hip stuff, it's so clear. So what up with this clarity? How does he do that? One of the most remarkable things in Chris Potter's playing was again and again really obvious to me. It is the clarity. The clarity of how Chris Potter is playing is gigantic. I cannot emphasize this enough. It's crazy how clear it is what he's playing, even though it's really hip. Chris Potter is a master in stating all the details in the music he's playing. Just one of the ways Chris Potter is doing this is playing with triads. In this video I'll go over how Chris Potter is using a few of the triads he's using in Confirmation by Charlie Parker. Throughout the video I'll go over small solo examples and exercises you can practice to get the triads into your playing and draw parallels to how Chris Potter is using the triads in his solo. The start of Chris Potter's solo on Confirmation is really clear. The first chord of Confirmation is a G major chord. Chris Potter begins by playing the root, then a diatonic approach, the A and the F sharp, towards the G. Then he's going down that triad, the G triad, what we're going to talk about today. And then jumping up to that fifth of the triad, the D. The triad, the G triad, which Chris Potter is using, is from the root to the root, top to bottom. In the third bar, Chris Potter is also playing a triad. This time, it's a G triad again, but he's playing this over an E minor 7 chord. Seen from the E minor 7, he's playing the upper structure G major. This makes this a G major triad. Again. The third triad, in the first 4 bars Chris Potter is using in his solo on Confirmation. He's playing this in the 4th bar. It's a D flat major triad. He's playing over a G7 chord. He's superimposing this D flat over the G7. From the 3rd to the 3rd, from the F to the F. Tritone what? The D flat triad is a tritone substitution of the G7 chord. You need to check this video on tritone substitutions. Check the link in the description. Let's find out how Chris Potter is getting this into his playing. It seems like the possibilities are endless. I'm going to take a shot at this playing over the first 4 bars of Confirmation using mostly triads and see if we can make any music out of this. So, how do we actually get this triad into play? What I would do to learn this method, to use the triad, was adding the triads into all the chords in Confirmation just to check out how does this taste, what does it do? A really okay exercise, but not very musical. We really need to get the music in there. When we add a guide tone line through the chords of Confirmation, so the first 4 bars, we get a red line through the bars, through the form. I'm really sorry about this. I suddenly just added a guide tone line. Hopefully you know what it is, but if you don't, check this video on guide tone lines. It's one of my earlier videos. Go to my YouTube channel and find this video. The link is, of course, in the description. When we have the guide tone line, we can actually hang the triads from this guide tone line going down. Sounds like this. This is the first practice step to get to know these triads on Confirmation. But, see the but? It's not very musical. We need to take more steps. We need to get more flexible. We easily see that 2 of the patterns Chris Potter is using are triads moving down. The G triad in the first bar. The first bar is G to G on the G chord. In the fourth bar is a D flat chord from F to F, from the third to the third. To become more flexible, we really need the technical skills. A great technical skill you need to add to your technique, to your technical program, or how you're practicing technique, are these triads. But you need to do it musically, in a context you can immediately add to your playing. Let's fix this. Now we're actually playing the triads the way Chris Potter is using the triads in his solo. But Chris Potter also played the triads from the third. Remember that D flat? Adding these from the third into our little scale exercise. Hey, we're getting more and more flexible in this, so just follow me. We're going on with this, Again, we play the guide tone line and then we add these triads we just practiced. When we add the triads to the guide tone line, we see that we need them from the fifth too. You see the yellow ones? Those are from the fifth. They are outside the scale, but we still need to put these into the scale to get these into the fingers to become flexible. And again, I must say, this is not how we play a solo, this is how we practice our technique, which we can use when we're going to play a solo. But this is directly applicable in the solo. By exercising these triads in the scale, we would now be able to actually put these into play from the root, from the third, from the fifth. You need to practice this quite a lot to get it. Let's check out if we get a musical solo on confirmation by doing this. And again, we hit the not musical wall. When we get into this pattern playing, it just really starts to sound really dull. Chris Potter, of course, he knows how to spice up every line he's playing, also his triad lines. So he's not just playing down one triad or up one triad. Playing the G major triad down from the root, but using a pivot. Begin with the triad up. At the octave, playing the arpeggio, starting with the high G, jumping down to the B and the D, and then repeating the G. G major triad with the pivot. So, you'll need to practice these in the scale too. Could sound like this. Then there's the other thing. Chris Potter plays a G major on the E minor triad. So, what? Why? Well, the E minor 9 consists of 3 triads. E minor triad, the G major triad, and the B minor triad. But when we look in our scale, we already worked these triads out. Check our exercise. We work with these triads. You already been there, you already went over these when you practice your triads in the scale. If you really want to dig into these upper structures, I recommend you to check the video I made earlier, 8 chord patterns. You really need to know. Find the link in the description. So again, I'm trying to add triads in different forms. But what you eventually want to do is adding more. You want to combine your triads with 4-note chords, with 5-note chords, everything. Get going with the tritone substitution and the upper structures videos. And the links, well, find in the description. What do you think of the amazing Chris Potter? Leave a comment. I myself is a super huge fan. Are you already using triads? Hey, please tell me how. Comments below. If you have any questions about this, fire away, put it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Like, subscribe, shares, everything is welcome, and you really support me by doing this. Have fun and play music.